Tevet. It marks the Hilula of a really great Moroccan rabbi. His name was Rabbi Amor Abitbol Z'tl. Now, he was born in English year 1782 and passed away in 1854. He was approximately 72 years of age at the time of passing. He will become the Abedin, head of the Jewish court, and rabbi of Czfro, respectively, in Morocco, and one of the great rabbis of his day in of itself. And actually spoken about Czfro also because it happens to be the Hilula of Rabbi Amor Elbaz also on this same specific time period in of itself, and he himself also was a great rabbi of Czfro also. So let's explore some highlights of Rabbi Amor Abitbol's life. He was born in English year 1782. That was Hey Tavkuf Mem Bet in Czfro in Morocco, and came from great rabbinic heritage. His father's name was Rabbi Shlomo ben Harab Maimon Abitbol, and he himself would actually become a great Dayan, a judge inside his specific vicinity in of itself, a treasurer of the poor of the Jewish community, for the city's Jewish poor community in of itself. Now, I think, come what the year 1798, it happened to be, Rabbi Abitbol, Rabbi Amor, would get married to Rabbanit Donna Elbaz. Very, very interesting enough. He was only 16 years of age at that point in time, and he would start, I think, working within regards to trade and partnerships and transactions for his living, while at the same time he was very, very proficient in Torah and learning a huge amount of Torah at the same point in time. Over the years, he was appointed, let's just say, by he had a rabbi himself, Rabbi Yehuda Elbaz, who was a great rabbi, author of many great Torah books in of itself. He would actually be appointed to become the head of the Jewish court inside his vicinity of Czfro, respectively. Over there, he would actually have strong connections with various different great other rabbis also, including Rabbi Yitzchak ben Walid, another great rabbi we've spoken about on various occasions before. He himself happened to be a great Kabbalist, one of the great rabbis of Morocco. Rabbi ben Walid was the head of a Jewish court, and let's just say the head rabbi of Tetuan for many, many great years. He was in correspondence with him. Also with Rabbi Yosef Berdugo, who was another great rabbi, and Rabbi Amram Elbaz, so happens to be, I believe, his Hilula here on the same period in of itself. And remember that Morocco had a lot of great rabbis all throughout this area. He was actually famous for his fantastic hospitality, especially in his home in Czfro, respectively. Reported over many great rabbis would actually come and stay over in his house. I think Rabbi Yaakov Abu Chatzera would, when he was actually visiting the city in of itself, would actually visit his location and stay there. He was Rabbi Yaakov Abu Chatzera was one of the great rabbis also of that specific generation, and he also corresponded with Rabbi Yaakov extensively, especially on various different halachic Torah-related important, let's say, issues in of itself. Rabbi Yaakov Abu Chatzera arguably was one of the most famous Moroccan rabbis in Jewish history in of itself. Now, it's actually interesting. He was famous, Rabbi Abitbol, for writing many different piyutim and poems and great Torah songs in of itself. All throughout his life, many of it was published, and some of them reported over were not necessarily published in of itself. Many of these piyutim were sang on Shabbats and on various different Jewish holidays, festivals in of itself, mainly among the Moroccan Jewry. Now, he passed away, it was reported over, he suffered from illness and passed away in the year 1854. He would have been about approximately 72 years of age at time passing on Rosh Chodesh Tevet. And he left many great different, let's just say, Torah works in of itself. He left especially an extensive library, I think, in his Beit Midrash, and where obviously he is filled with so many different books. I think it was actually in his courtyard. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, he would also work within regards to the kosher slaughter business and various other Torah life cycle important mitzvot-related let's say, job occupations in of itself. Now we can he had left many great descendants. Among one of his descendants, I think, was another great rabbi, especially was the famous Rabbi Aaron Abriyat, very great rabbi, Matityahu ben Zachri, and Shalom Azulai. Shalom Azulai, the latter being another great rabbi. I think he was an educator, posek halacha, head of Jewish court of the Jewish community, the Sephardi community in Jerusalem, and rabbi of the old city and the Rosh Yeshiva of the Or Olam and many other great positions he actually took on himself. That was another one of his, let's just say, descendants. One of his students was Rabbi Raphael Moshe Elbaz, another great rabbi who we've spoken about on various occasions before. He was, especially during the heart of the 19th century, he would become a great rab. Now, he left Rabbi Amor Abitbol many different great Torah books also, including Minchat HaOmer, which was a shut to She'elot and Teshuvot, question and answers book, in of itself, with regards to customs, B'dikat Hariyah in of itself, and I think it was printed in Tunis, if I'm not mistaken, in the year Tafshin Yud, if I'm not mistaken. Then there was Omer Hatnufa, which is Perushim and Birim on the Tanakh, Torah, Nevi'im, and Ketuvim, respectively. And the various different Midrashim from Chazal, I think it was printed after he passed away in Jerusalem in the year Tafshin Nun Bet, I think from Yismach Lev, a publications company. Then the Omer Man, which is Perushim and Chidushim on the Torah, printed, I think, the inside the book of the Minchat HaOmer in of itself, I think, once again in Jerusalem also. Then the Et HaZamir, which was Igrot or Malitzot, and then the Shorot HaOmer, which was Chidushim, teachings on the Shas, on the, let's say, the Talmud Bavli in of itself, and Burim on the Agadot Chazal with regards to the Agada of itself. I think that was actually written or authored at the age of when he was 20. Then the Shirat HaOmer, which was Shirim and various different Piyutim in of itself. Now, he passed away in the English year 1854. We're talking about 170 years ago from time of recording. Here we are now in the year 2024, one of the great rabbis of Czafro in Jewish history in of itself. Great Moroccan rabbis also. Now, friends, we are a community here. We're learning about the great rabbis of yesteryear. We've covered about 570 great Chachamim already inside this series. Please subscribe to the channel. We're a community here. Please, if you happen to be related to any of these great rabbis we are speaking about, let me know. I'd love to hear more about the great Chachamim of yesterday. So Aleph Tevet, Marcus Kilula of the great rabbi, wishing you all well and blessings from Israel, and take care.